Tonight on Dragon's Den.
I'm a former tank commander, did 2 tours of duty.
I bid you salute you, sir.
Canada's heroes in the line of dragon fire.
As full-time firefighters, both Bruce and myself are used to feeling the heat.
When I realized that I was not going to finish my career in the military, I had to find myself a second career path.
So we got together, we shared some more stories, thought the best way we can get through this is to build a business.
Dragons, we are holding on to lightning in a bottle. That's right. Think about it. Be about it.
Welcome to Dragon's Den. I'm Diane Buckner. When we think of heroes, we normally think of courage, the courage to risk everything for something bigger than yourself. Here in the Den, we see that same quality in a lot of the entrepreneurs who come, and especially in the ones you'll be seeing tonight. Everyone who enters the Den has performed some kind of service for Canada, either as first responders or in the Canadian Forces. They're part of a select group of people who face things even more fearsome than a dragon, and we're honored to include them in our tribute to heroes. First in the Den, 2 entrepreneurs injured in the line of duty, hoping their new venture leads to a financial adventure with the dragons.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Hello, dragons.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, my name is Mike McNaught. This is my partner, Will Thompson, and we're from Ottawa, Ontario. We are here today seeking $150,000 for a 10% stake in our company, RVZ. I'm a police officer. A year ago to this date, I was seriously injured on the job when I was assaulted and attacked in the line of duty. I was having difficulties adjusting to being sidelined, and I reached out to my buddy, Will.
So I understood Mike's frustrations. I went on a tour of duty in Afghanistan as a reservist, and I had trouble kind of transitioning back to my career civilian job. So we got together, we shared some more stories, and thought the best way we can get through this is to build a business. So today we have RVZ, Canada's first RV sharing marketplace, where we bring together aspiring vacationers and RV owners together.
I've been renting out my RV privately for over 3 years. My first year, I made over $15,000 renting out my motorhome.
Wow.
The current RV rental marketplace is overpriced, lacks variety, and is ripe for disruption. There's no better time than now to explore this beautiful country that both of us have been proud to serve.
So you've started Airbnb for RVs.
Absolutely. Now, which one of you dragons is ready for an RVZ adventure?
How many listings do you guys have on your website right now?
We have over 200 RVs all across Canada.
Okay. And what's your commission?
So we take a service fee from the renter and from the owner.
A percentage or a flat rate?
It's a percentage, and that leaves us with a gross margin between 10 and 20%.
Really?
What are your sales?
So in the last 4 months, we've done $160,000 in revenue. We had projections this year of north of
Sorry, that's gross billings on the platform, or that's your 20%?
That's our gross billings. Yes, that's our revenue.
So you've made $32,000.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, that's reasonable.
Can I just go out and rent an RV?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
There's like Avis and
absolutely.
Budget. There are lots of them that do that.
They're just more expensive.
They're very, very expensive, and you're getting a box on wheels. When you rent from a private owner, you're getting their experience, you're getting their barbecue, their linens. We even have an owner that throws in a bottle of wine and a case of beer with every rental.
Joe, have you ever been in an RV? You've never been in one?
I've not experienced the camping
Clearly.
RV.
I will take you camping, Joe.
Really?
Oh, I do like camping.
My dad was an RV fanatic. I mean, he was obsessed with it. And if you are, you know, if you love them, you love them.
Arlene, you're right. You pull into any provincial campground, it will blow your mind the number of people in there. So the market is big. It's a $12 billion a year industry.
Yeah. That's the Canadian market
That's
size?
the Canadian market.
But you guys are building a marketplace, which are among the most difficult businesses to build. I mean, you're here with a $1.5 million valuation, but you have 200 listings on your site. How do you get that to 20,000 listings in the next year?
Well, you know what? At 20,000 listings for RVs, I think that'll be difficult to obtain. There are other marketplaces similar to ours, and they are generating incredible revenue.
Okay, so what do you think success is in Canada? 5,000 listings?
I think that 2,000 to 3,000 would be a very good benchmark for us. Right now, we've been boots on the ground from day one. We've attended the trade shows. We've been at the music festivals.
When was day one?
Day one was a year ago today when I got injured.
What happened?
It was a routine call. I went in to make an arrest, and the moment that my hand touched his, the fight was on. Within about 2 minutes, I had ruptured my bicep and my arm, and he was attacking me.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that I wasn't prepared for was the disruption to my personal life, to my work life, and you're kind of sidelined.
Are you feeling good now?
I'm getting there. I'd say I'm about 70% recovered physically wise.
Yeah. The mental part's the last part.
Yeah, you know, I shared my feelings because I never experienced that before, and I thought it really surprised me.
Trust me, you can't look back. Keep going the way that you're doing.
This is that one opportunity.
It is.
This is the Boston pizza moment in Edmonton, where I see it and I'm taking it. I'm going.
Yeah, good man.
Yeah.
I definitely commend you on your services to our country. It's excellent. That's how you can't say enough good things about you guys.
Thank you.
But it's early in the business, and I'd like to see it progress a bit further. I'm going to pass at this point in time, but I do wish you great luck.
I own a 32-foot RV. I love camping. I have 2 young kids. I would sign up to rent my RV absolutely to the service, but I'm going to pass today. I'm out.
Thank you.
Well, you already know what my predisposition is. I've never used an RV. I do know marketplaces are really difficult to create. I still think there's a lot of work that you've got to do. So I'm going to take a pass.
I think relative to most tech entrepreneurs, you've actually moved pretty quickly. I think that's amazing that a year ago you were a police officer and today you guys have built the beginning of what could be a really great company. I would give you the $150,000, but for 20%.
You're early, but you guys are young. You're ready to go full of piss and vinegar, and that's what I love. Yeah, I'll offer what you came for.
Leaves you, Harleen.
So I'd like to actually partner with Michelle on this, and I'll tell you why. I have a great relationship with IBM. We've created an innovation lab in Canada that matches businesses with technology. And so all of the technology side we can bring to the table to help you. But I think we'd have to talk about more, like maybe 25% or something, because it's got to be enough for both of us to make it worthwhile.
So I will partner with Arlene for 25% and you'll get 2 dragons.
Oh. Well, we could do the same thing. I can do the same as you guys and doing that stuff for 10%.
Oh, I don't think so.
I got the same contacts as you have.
Not in the tech space.
Oh, yes.
Not in the tech space. When you've built 2 marketplaces, you can talk.
I have built them.
This is a tricky one.
Yeah, that is a very tricky one. Michelle, would you be willing to come down to 15%?
17.5 is the lowest I would go.
Let's do it.
Okay, we got a deal.
With me?
Yes.
Okay.
That just got cut out, just like that.
Thank you.
Wow. There I was. My heart on my sleeve.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
Good luck.
That's a good deal.
You'll be sorry.
Actually, it was a better deal for the 25%.
It was a way better deal for the 25 for the X.
It was like, I'm going to make this easy for you guys.
Yeah! You know, unfortunately, we did have to drop our lean out of it. It's just that extra 8%, that 25%, it was just a little too rich. Yeah.
Next up, an entrepreneur is hoping the dragons don't gloss over her product, but instead see the foundation for a successful business.
Hello, dragons. My name is Gina Delisme. I'm 37 years old. I'm from Montreal, and I'm here to offer you 15% of my company in exchange of $30,000 investment. It all started back in 2012 when I realized that I was not going to finish my career in the military as a supply tech in the Air Force. I knew then I had to find myself a second career path. Then Naji Cosmetics was born. Naji Cosmetics is a makeup line that primarily caters to women of color. Growing up, I wasn't always perceived as beautiful because of my skin color. In our community, there's a big stigma that leads us to believe that the lighter you are, the more beautiful you are.
Not only in your community, in the Indian community, it's even worse.
Really?
Absolutely, it's the same thing.
Wow. So part of my goal in my company is to put the women of color on the spotlight, making sure that they have product in the market that suits their pigmentation and to make them feel like they are beautiful too, just the way they are. So basically
Very
putting
noble
them on the
cause.
spotlight.
Very.
So earlier this week, I went to a drugstore and I purchased a foundation. This was actually the darkest color that they had in that particular brand at that particular store. As you can see, the finish is not blending in properly.
Right.
I'm going to move forward with our foundation. The finish is perfect, and it matched her melanin perfectly.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, can I see the other side? Can you turn to this side? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Our skin color is made it so that we have to have product with high concentrated of pigments in order for it to show on our skin.
So you have a full line of makeup, foundations,
It's a full
lipsticks,
line of makeup, yes.
eyeshadows.
Are you completely out of the military now?
Yes, I am. Because due to knee injuries,
Yeah.
I was not able to finish my career.
Were you deployed overseas, or were you?
Within the 9 years, I was never deployed.
You're 9 years serving
years.
now.
Yes.
Well, thank you for that service.
But I also did some training with Friends of Charity Entrepreneurial that they give us some
Yes.
boot camp training in order to help us go ahead and then start our business. We are currently sold in a few pharmacies in Montreal, Jean Couture's, and we just signed a deal with Epizode.
Jean Couture's a big chain.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not unique.
What do you mean?
Well, Iman has a line. I mean, there are lines that are...
Vasanthi Cosmetics. You're right. There's a lot of makeup lines that cater to women of color.
Okay. In the pharmacies, they don't have a wide variety of choices. If we could take MAC, for example, you have to go at the Bay, downtown, big shopping center, and also the price range is way higher.
True. So how much do you sell a foundation for?
Our regular foundation is $27.
27.
Yes.
But in order to compete with the big brands, Maybelline, for example, foundation, you need to be in the $15 to $20 range. 27 is high.
Quality is very important. And right now we have a clientele that is willing to buy our product at the price that is set right
Okay,
now.
how have your sales been?
We've only been doing this full-time since 2016, and we closed with about $20,000 in sales with 2 pharmacies.
$20,000 in how many months?
7 months.
And nothing online.
My website just came out, but right now the bigger sales are in the pharmacies because cosmetics, if you don't know the brand, if you haven't tried it, you want to try it. First of all, you can't buy a foundation online.
No. But there's a lot of cosmetic companies that have now grown up online that have done quite well, and they've figured out all sorts of creative ways to match colors. So I think that that's really important to get that right.
I'm open to different ideas as long as the product become available to the people that actually needs it.
I don't think you are coming with a differentiator, which you absolutely need in the cosmetics business. Either there's a personality that's very famous behind the cosmetics, or there is product innovation. But to just go at it in a very traditional way and think you're going to become a viable cosmetic brand, I think is really reaching. And for that reason, I'm going to be out.
I just want to add that I did my research, and there is a great need for it. I know in the U.S., everybody can have their shades. It's very popular. Everybody can be served. In Montreal, in Canada, in Quebec, we're not there yet.
It's not enough of a market, though. It's too small. You need scale. And innovation drives this business. It looks very pretty. Everybody thinks it's pretty glamorous. But I'm telling you, these are the smartest marketers in the world. The smartest in the world are in the cosmetic business.
Gina, I can't help you with this one at all. I can't think of anybody I could get you into any different where you are right now. So for that reason, I'm out.
I don't really bring a lot to the table in this area. I thank you very much for your distinguished military career, but I'm going to go out.
If you're just looking at, a Montreal market in drugstores and then you're kind of at a very high price point, it's probably too small for a dragon. So I'm out.
I think it's fantastic that the Prince's Trust is doing what they're doing to support military, ex-military, and getting them transitioned. But I have to say that I don't find your business case compelling enough, nor do I think you're being very progressive about how you're approaching the market. So for that reason, I'm out.
Gina, thank you for your service, not only to this beautiful country, but to women of color. But unfortunately, at this point, this isn't a business that I can invest in. It's not big enough. I'm out.
I wouldn't go in the makeup business. It's so hard.
Highly competitive, eh?
Highly competitive.
Hey, all of us here found an opportunity in existing markets too, so you know what? You never know.
Restaurant quality refrigeration unit, just like you'd have in any restaurant.
Our units are economical.
Next up, two firefighters who hope the cold facts of their business are enough to land a dragon investment.
Morning, Dragons. My name is Sean Burney. I'm from Ottawa, Ontario.
My name is Bruce McEwen. I'm also from Ottawa, Ontario. We're here today to ask you for $100,000 in exchange for 35% of our company.
Dragons is full-time firefighters. Both Bruce and myself are used to feeling the heat. But today we're here to tell you about a much cooler product. We are, and we'd like to introduce you to
Capital Cooler Rentals.
Capital Cooler Rentals.
Wow.
Where's a ladder when you need one?
What is it?
They're a restaurant quality refrigeration unit, just like you'd have in any restaurant.
Our units are economical. They're easy to plug in. 115 volt outlet. They can be parked in a single parking space.
And they keep
they're
cool.
white. They're white. They keep things cold.
And they're white, and they keep things cold.
And how many do you have out in the market?
We currently have 2 on the market.
Okay.
And we have 2 more in production right now.
We only just launched in January in Ottawa, so we're very new. But the response has been tremendous. We get calls from restaurants that have had mechanical breakdowns, event planners, yourself. Let's say you're selling your product or showcasing your product at a fair. We can bring this in, set it up in one spot. It just plugs into a regular outlet. It can be a freezer, or you can use it for food.
Can we have a look inside?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
What's in the magic door?
Cold cash.
Look at all that boxer.
The refrigerated trailers are available in 3 sizes and can come with or without shelving.
Save some for the rest of us, Michael.
The trailers are currently leased for $700 a month or $280 a day. Both come with a $200 drop-off and pickup fee.
That looks like a good
Hey, you know what? When I ran Whackfest, I would have loved to have this. It was a big issue. I'm running back and forth and putting beer here and moving things around. This would have been unbelievable. I would have gladly paid $500 to put it there.
And if it's portable, as you say, it's easy to just pull it and turn it on. It saves a lot of time and energy than having a bunch of staffers moving things into minor little kegs.
What's your cost to build them?
Approximately $15,000 for us to build them.
So you're owning them. You're not leasing them. You're actually owning the inventory of all of the units?
The way we've put it together is we have 3 manufacturers, essentially. We have a trailer manufacturer, a company that produces the boxes, and then the refrigeration. We order all that in. We assemble it ourselves, and then we've wrapped everything into a nice, neat lease.
Okay, gentlemen, you had 2 trucks in the market all of last year. Is that how long they've been in the market?
No, we just launched the beginning of January of this year.
And how much sales or how many events have you booked?
We've done, we're about $8,000 in bookings. We've got about another 2,000 pending.
Would you ever get into selling them? You know, you have a cost base, you know how to produce them, you've done all the work. The more volume you have, the lower your cost base is going to be.
We've discussed it, and we could go down that road as well. I mean, 2 revenue streams is always better.
I'd be really inclined to get the best price for them as quick as you can across the country, and you don't have to service them. You don't have to.
I agree. I would rather buy them for myself for trade shows and stuff across the country because we do beer trade shows everywhere.
Well, that's exactly it. We want to make this sort of a nationwide brand, and through whichever avenue that happens to be, whether it's licensing or franchising, we're here for you guys. That's the big score for us. It's the expertise and the mentorship to show us how to get to that level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a good business. I think you still have to prove the demand side of it. And you do have the winter months to deal with here in Canada, so there's probably not as many outdoor events and things that you can use this product. So I do think that there will be, as you get the awareness up, I think the business will continue to grow. I think you guys have done a great job coming up with a great idea, but I'm going to be out.
So I'll go next. There's a lot of need here for growth capital. It's not a space that I'm familiar with in terms of how I would build that out, so I'm out.
I've partnered with firefighters last year, and they are the most hardworking individuals that I have ever met. So I'm going to give you an offer here. You know, beer needs to be cold 12 months out of the year. So I totally think there's a need for this, not only in my industry, but a lot of other industries too, where cold product is needed year round. And so I will offer you $100,000 for 35%.
Great.
Wow.
I'll give you what you came in for. I'll give you $100,000 for 35%.
Oh, beautiful.
I think it's pretty cool, excuse the pun, that you guys came up with this. That being said, I think it's still really early. You guys are at $8,000 in sales, and so there's a lot of buildup. So for that reason, I'm going to be out.
Okay.
I like you guys. I'll just offer you what you came for. I think it's a great deal.
Okay.
King of franchises
3 offers,
down there.
all the same offers.
Yeah, wow.
Knowing that each one of you brings something very unique and something very valuable, and different experience and insight, maybe you might consider going in the 3 of you, because we realize that there's different value that each of you bring, and we'd like to see if you could combine the offers, if possible.
Dragon money doesn't come cheap.
What if we went to to 40 for the 3 of you?
I'd go in for 40.
Angie?
40, 100K for 40?
You're asking for 100K for 40, or you're asking for more money for 40?
No, 100K for 40.
You're giving
but
up
to
too
bring
much.
in,
You're giving up too much of your
Why would you
company,
do that?
guys.
Hey, you're out.
Sorry. Why would you do it?
I'll do that to you if you do that.
That's okay, you can.
I will. I'm going to do it to you.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll do that. 100K for 40
Done.
for 3 of us.
Done.
Oh.
This is 3 of the dragons.
Thank you very much.
I look for it. What a great idea,
Thank you very much.
You did a cool deal.
A cool idea.
Hey, good job.
Oh,
I think you broke
Way to
it.
go, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Hey, good job. Yeah.
That was way too rich. 40% for 100,000 at this stage of their business?
Yeah,
that's too much.
To give away.
If you have $100,000 worth of debt,
Ryan, do you really believe everything coming out of your own mouth?
100%.
Like, it's ridiculous.
I totally do.
It's totally ridiculous. I am so anti-debt.
Me too.
Next in the den, a former tank commander that's looking to blow up the financial advice industry with the help of the Dragons.
Hello, Dragons. My name's Ryan Mitchell. I'm from Markham, Ontario.
Come on in, Coach Brian. We want to see you.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Great. Perfect. So we take over again?
Yep.
All right, perfect.
Yep.
I'm a former tank commander, did 2 tours of duty, and my actual company is coachforcashflow.com. We show Canadians how to turn debt to wealth.
Okay.
So my ask is $100,000 for 10% of the company. Now, a bit about the story. I was a tank commander, did 2 tours of duty, and I got injured. So I came back, and because of my injuries sustained overseas, I actually had to get retrained. I couldn't even stand like this because of my feet, my back, and my shoulders. So the military gave me 3 years to get retrained. I went and worked for the bank. So I was one of the top financial advisors, and I had a team. Now, I had a nefarious partner at the time. Despite being a top financial advisor, I co-signed a debt. Now, my beautiful bride was pregnant with a 6-month-old, and a sheriff came and knocked at the door, and they came to take our house. So top financial advisor, was net worth about $7 million, whatever, but it's all paper. It meant nothing. Debt can be powerful, but it can also be crushing. So this is where we came with coachforcashflow.com. We were very fortunate that some people can say, hey, debt turns into wealth, and one of the best things is that that's how you buy your first home, which is great. Then along comes lines of credits, and now you have phones. When you actually do phones now, you can get it on debt. Then you've got schools with debt. You've got different pieces with credit cards, debt. And look at this, the debt's flying everywhere. And of course, a great fancy car, right? So what we found is how to turn all this debt that's not working for you into cash.
So what are you selling?
So what we actually have is a solution. It's a proprietary system that we've got with the software. So what we actually do is put together all their debts. The bank loves lending against your house. It's a hard asset, you can't move, right?
Sure.
So I'm mortgage licensed, I'm insurance licensed, I wrote a book, and what we actually did is we showed people how to borrow their way out of debt. Now, what's interesting...
Borrow your way out of debt.
Yes.
So we're buying into the book.
No, you're buying into the system. What we do is we show everyone by a customized plan. Now, what's interesting is, as I'm sure you guys know...
You do a plan to what? Pay it back? Or what's the plan for?
The plan is that we actually they put all the debt into one payment.
Let's just stop there.
Sure.
So right now, you're just leveraging your equity within your house, assuming that you have equity, number
That's
one.
Correct, yes.
And you're bringing all your credit into one side, and it'll be underneath your line of credit, and it'll be cheaper.
So you're taking the difference in whatever they were going to pay normally and now what they're paying, and you're putting that into a forced savings plan?
That is correct.
But why?
You're upgrading the asset by lending against your house. Therefore, your cost of borrowing is less. And you can consult some of your high-cost credit cards or higher-cost loans for cars if it's a used car, and then reversing it back to the house, which would work if your house isn't fully mortgaged.
That's correct. That's why it's more of a homeowner approach.
But you, like, how... I mean, I'm having a visceral reaction to how to borrow your way out of debt.
Sure.
Yeah. It goes against everything that we want people to do, which is to take on too much debt, right?
We don't add on more debt. They're already in debt. And that's the contrarian point.
I get that, but it's just the whole premise of this is just, I don't know, it's just like a false reality. You're making them borrow against the asset that they shouldn't be borrowing against, which is their home.
They shouldn't be, Arlene, but part of the problem is they've already borrowed, and they've already personally guaranteed it. So you're actually in debt. We're not saying, by the way, go and get more.
Now, let's just go back to 2008 in the U.S. or 1991 and 1989 in Canada, where the valuations of your house decreased.
Yes.
You know, I've always told people, if you want to reduce debt, you sell assets. There's no other way around it. The simplistic kind of view.
Spend cash.
But oftentimes, people will leverage their house, buy the new car, pay off their credit cards, and then run them back up, and then they're stuck.
We don't want more debt. I'm a big proponent of cash. Cash is king.
Then why
That's
call
where our
your
company's
book
cash.
How to borrow your way out of debt?
How much money do you have out now?
$500,000. We put a.
You've put out $500,000, and how much do you make on the $500,000 that's out there?
So our fee is a pure success fee. So only if we can help the person, only if we know the solution works, it's $5,497.
$5,497 on what?
On a flat fee, which they have an ongoing education.
Wow.
Like, I don't think this is what the market wants. The market they don't want education, they want solutions. This whole industry has moving 20 years ahead, and you've somehow missed all of that. Like, all of these things are now automated, and so if you want a solution in the debt space, it actually needs to look very different for it to win. So for all of those reasons, I'm out.
I think to be an educator here is really how to help people get out of debt, not
I agree. That's
borrow to get out of debt.
But they've already borrowed. It's not new debt.
So for that reason, I'm going to be out.
People right now at the lowest interest rates ever. Even the switch of half a point or a point, people are going to lose their homes.
I'm out. Jim?
I'm out on this one.
You know, there's just everything. Everything you're selling is a false sense of security for people who really are struggling. And listen, I've been there. I have had no money. I've been in debt up to my ass. I have had to fight my way out of it. It happens through selling your assets and working your butt off to figure out how to do that. There is no easy fix, and there's no easy solution to debt. It's up to you to figure it out. And I don't buy this, and it's actually irritating me. I am definitely out.
If you have $100,000 worth of debt,
Ryan, do you really believe everything coming out of your own mouth?
100%.
Like, it's ridiculous.
I totally do.
It's totally ridiculous. I am so anti-debt. I believe in building assets. Once you're in it, there are lots of other ways to get out of it and educate people who are in it and the mistakes that they've made, not by giving them more money to get deeper into the hole.
You're not giving them more debt, Manjeet.
How to borrow your way out of debt.
You already have the same debt.
Ryan, don't waste your life on this. I'm out.
This is a solution for it. I believe it. I do it. We've got testimonials.
It's a very dangerous solution.
Ryan, you're going to be killed on two fronts. One, a bubble of any sort in any kind of overbuild. And number two, interest rates going this way, of which both I would bet on. I'm going to go out. I think all the dragons are out here with all the enthusiasm, and thank you very much for your service. And it looks like you're back in shape, and you're running the tank commander of the borrowing world. I bid you salute you, sir.
That was really bad.
Oh, that was a roasting. It's a fascinating experience of being thrown in the fire. I've been through a minefield, and that was probably more tough than that. So that was great.
Last season, Linda Brown-Ganzert from Vancouver pitched to the Dragons in hopes of getting a deal for her mobile health platform.
We instantly match patients to other patients like them. We give them the curated information that they need to help make being sick a bit easier.
The Dragons were inspired by Linda and her business proposal.
It's a major, major problem in this country.
Linda, this is so necessary, and so I will absolutely give you the money.
With multiple offers, Linda ultimately decided to pair up with Michael and Jim.
Jim and myself both have very strong relations at CAMH.
Who made her a healthy offer. Today, Curatio is thriving.
Welcome to Curatio. Since being on the Den, we're on track for our sales targets this year. We had thousands of Canadians come and join us on the platform. We have users in 31 countries. We'll be in 5 different languages, and we have our Android version ready and our iOS as well.
With all that success, Linda was recently awarded Entrepreneur of the Year.
Closing a deal with Wetkin Gym was fantastic. I couldn't be happier.
The biggest benefit of having a Dragon investor means added support is only a phone call or a visit away.
Linda is a unique and incredible entrepreneur. You know, we want to make sure that, you know, she's on the right track. How are you?
Hey! The way that Mike and Jim are involved in our business raises the expectations of everyone.
I am so proud of you. Linda is a role model. I believe that this will be something that the whole world will know about.
I can't imagine not doing something that helps people. If you have an idea that will make the world a better place, go for it. Be your own hero and know that you have something important to give to the world.
I bet, actually I know, that every single person in this room would love if every time they walked out of their house, they were walking under a waterfall of compliments, with people stopping them in the streets.
A waterfall.
I have to write that down. Hold on.
And finally, a couple looking to bring some danger into the den.
Fancy shirts.
Hello, Dragons. My name is Jeff. This is my partner, Emily. We're from Fredericton, New Brunswick, and we together are the founders of Jeff Alpaugh Custom, home of the world's most dangerous dress shirts. Today, we're asking for $100,000 for 10% of our company. Now, Dragons, I want you guys to think about this. A man walks into his local store for his annual shopping trip. And this guy, he's a bold guy, and he wants to be striking. He sifts through the shirts, and I imagine, Weck, you've been in this situation before.
For sure.
And there's a sea of average white and blues. This is about as bold as it's going to get. Wouldn't it be great if he could design his very own shirt and pick and choose every last detail? Would you guys like to see a few more designs?
Yeah.
Sure would.
Let's bring them out.
Each custom shirt is manufactured in Vietnam. They retail for $120 and cost $60 to make. They're sold online and in one retail store in the couple's hometown of Fredericton.
I like
This is a big crew here.
I bet, actually I know, that every single person in this room would love if every time they walked out of their house, they were walking under a waterfall of compliments, with people stopping them in the streets.
A waterfall.
Empty room, filled it up, talk is cheap, listen up. I don't know where we went wrong, but I feel I'm shaking these walls, yeah. Nothing safe, gotta take cover. Still the love, we just make glitter. Running and running, yeah, we got off track. Now we under attack.
A waterfall of compliments.
The flavor's so strong, you can't stop it.
Yeah.
You belong on QVC. You can sell a lot of shirts.
So we started the company in February of 2016. To date, we've sold 1,760 dress shirts to 555 people in 8 countries. We're on track this year to double. So that'll be $270,000 this year.
Dragons, we are holding on to lightning in a bottle. Think about it, be about it.
Oh.
Wow, be about it.
So I have to ask, what do you do during the day normally?
So I'll give you both of our backgrounds. So Emily was a project manager at BlackBerry for 8 years.
Yeah.
While they were trending up. And I'm in the military. I'm an infantry officer. with Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry.
That's why you've got such a good, like, direct approach.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. And what's the breakdown between online sales and in-store sales?
So right now, about 20 to 30% is online, and the rest is in store.
Oh, wow. So it's only 20% online. So you've only got about a $60,000 is your online business?
Yeah, and the main reason for that, I think, is because our website is not world-class yet.
Our online experience is a fairly clunky buying process.
You know, this industry is about catching a wave and riding that wave, and then it's done, and it's crowded, and you can't get in. And you've got to come in with something new and exciting and different. And I just don't know whether it's exciting and different enough to become a really big business. I think you can maybe, through force of personality, create a nice little business for yourself, but I think you've got to do more than you're doing. I think your costs are ridiculous. You know, $60 for a shirt. You can make it locally for that price. You don't need to go to Vietnam. So there's just a lot that you've got to work out still before you can get an investment from me. So for that reason, I'm going to be out.
Jeff and Emily, I think you just need to go out and sell now. It's not investable enough for me because I don't see it growing to that large scale. I'm out.
Getting out of the military, getting out of the police force was the best thing that ever happened to me. The best thing was getting in because it put some discipline in me that I never had before. I think you'll do really well at your business, both of you. But I can't invest because I don't know enough about the business. I would invest in you in a heartbeat. So if you ever decide to get out of the clothing business, I got a hell of a deal for you. You know?
Thank you, Jim.
But I'm going to bow out on this one. I'm out.
I'll go next. I'm really grateful for what you guys do, both of you. I understand it takes a team to serve, but it's not investable for me. I don't know anything about this industry. I couldn't add any real value. For that reason, I'm out.
So, Jeff, I think that businesses are 99% founder, 1% investor. So you have actually driven all of this. Like, I can see how this was...
This one is a lot of heavy lifting. Michelle, I appreciate that.
Totally. And I think you guys are a great team.
So
That's
nice.
so sweet. That's really sweet. I think I know the online space really well. And I've actually started a business with my significant other. So I know exactly what that is like and how much work that is. And I want to bet on you guys as a team. But that being said, there's a lot of work for me to do to help you here. So I would need a pretty significant equity chunk to do that. I would need 40%.
I'm going to give you a deal, but I think, you know, it's because of you two I'm going to give the deal here. I'm going to do a 15% royalty.
Holy.
But as a kicker, I get $100,000 worth of shirts. My designer's work on the El Macombo shirt.
You know, that's a ridiculous deal.
And Weck, I love the El Macombo, but you're fighting El Macombo versus the entire internet as your customers.
Yeah, but even having a video going there.
Okay, enough.
I'm just hoping there's a way you could collaborate, because I will say, I do think that we need massive help with the online. I mean,
Wow,
you could...
that's interesting, Michelle.
Sure. Let's figure it out.
I'm sorry, Jeff, Emily, do you mind if Michelle and myself go to the back room and discuss this?
Not at all.
Okay.
Okay.
We have to craft a deal here.
Don't fight.
Tailor-made deal for you guys.
I like it.
Okay.
So it's a combination
So here's the thing.
It's so ridiculous.
And you know it's not a good deal.
I'd love making this in Canada. I just want to get the volume, and then if we want to change manufacturing, we can do that.
In Canada, I don't know.
You can tailor it in Canada.
Tailor it, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, I like it. Why don't you present
Okay.
that offer? So 30, 10.
Okay. So we have built a custom deal for you. So it would need a 30% equity stake, and we would take a 10% royalty on the shirts. And that would also come with a $50,000 order for the shirts for the Elma combo right away.
I would offer this. We are confident enough to know that we are going to build this thing, so it's going to be great, and we are going to catch that wave, and the wave is now. And we're humble enough to know that your guys' guidance and mentorship is going to bring us there. So thank you guys so much. Let's do this.
Love it, love it.
Can we do a Dragons group hug? I feel like that's required, you know? Can't wait to work with you guys.
Can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
What do you think, Joe? Like, what's your view?
I would say that you have zero chance of being successful.
Well, I beg to differ, but that's...
Well, we'll see about that.
I'll guarantee it.
Think about it. Be about it.
Next time on Dragon's Den.
We have basically the same technology that you can get in a Tesla, except we're 7 people.
That's really impressive.
Fire resistant to 150 degrees.
It's fogging up. Can you help me?
Yeah, there's a little dross. Tightens up here.
Come on, Michelle.
Oh, yeah.
This is like Christmas.
Christmas comes once a year. Kicksmas comes once a month.
Yeah.